We're back. Finishing first snow today. What happened last time? We visited the the wife's family, and almost got pussy, and built a snowman. Yeah, that's about right. Today we're finishing this fucking game. I don't want to play it anymore. I'm lying. Not really. Okay, hold on. Let me like move my hair. It keeps getting in my fucking face. Where the fuck is my hairpin? 48, 48, 48 states. I'm so good. 48, 48. Oh, that's how they put that's how they fucking women do that shit. All right, let's go. With a wave to her father as his car disappears. Wow, already off to a great start, bro. What can I say? I'm literate as hell, bro. Eve takes my hand in hers as we start off down the road. Fuck, I was not reading. With the weather particularly nice today, and Eve needing to burn off some energy, we decided to take a grand tour of the local town. Her pace is thankfully slower than her sister's, with my sore legs needing a rest after the excursion yesterday. Oh yeah, because we went out to the forest to do some fucking, no. Ended up just getting awkward. I wanted to do this with Elle, but she couldn't be dissuaded from painting in her room. There wasn't much fight in me to argue with her, so that was that. Maybe some time away from her is for the best. Even people who like each other sometimes need a break, I think. The old wooden storefronts hardly loom over us, being mostly just a couple of stories tall, themselves dwarfed by the forested hills behind. Strolling around is much nicer. Is a much nicer way to take it in than clutching it to Rose on the back of her bike. It's nice here. Shut up. Thinking about it, I could see that being the case for a child. The few people out and about today are basically all graying older folk hobbling along as I look around us. Such a pleasant atmosphere has its downsides. My thinking is interrupted by a ping from my pocket. The trap phone. As we stop for a moment, I pluck my phone from my pocket and unlock it. Who's this? Oh, Tosan. As she stands on tiptoes, trying to look over the phone in curiosity, I get an idea. iPad kid, crouching a little and bringing the phone level with her as she sets herself back down. I try to hold it steady. Oh, I'll send him a photo. Stay still. In response, Eve fixes her posture to stand up prim and proper, dusting herself off to look as good as possible. It's charming how seriously she takes this. I remember when I was a kid, I used to bug my brother's ex-girlfriend to give me her phone just so I can play Doodle Jump. I was such like an annoying piece of shit kid back then. Like, I would literally just beg, like, please, let me have your phone. I want to play Doodle Jump. With a tap and click, the photo saved and quickly sent out on it. Friend's sister is showing me around. Sounds like you're having fun. Yep. How are things there? Back home, safe and sound. Your brothers are driving us nuts. We'll be glad to have you back. Sounds like things are the same as ever then. See you in a few days. Mwah. Take care. Enjoy the last of your trip. I smile and lock the phone once more, slipping it back where it belongs. I have to stop myself from counting down the days left here. I don't want to start regretting this trip, and once again, wishing I was home. Totally, totally different, I'll say that much. I have mom, dad, 3 brothers, and a cat. We all live in the city, and it's really busy and noisy every day. They're nice though. It'll be a good, yep, it'll be good to be back home. Satisfied with my answer, Eve pulls me forward as we begin our tour in earnest. As she points out this and that, though, my thoughts aren't about Eve or my family, but stuck on wanting to be doing this with Elle. Doing it with Elle. Just as it was whenever I watched her paint. I feel like I'm watching her life from outside rather than sharing our time together. Oh yeah. I don't doubt that she likes me. She certainly likes me in a physical sense. I like those times too, but I feel like I'm the only one who wants us to become closer in more than just a physical sense. I'm the one who planned our first date. I'm the one who asked to come here. Now I'm wondering if Elle even wanted any of this. The one time I thought Elle wanted to share something with me, she was just using me to distract herself from her problems. Problems that she wouldn't talk to me about. All I can do is sigh. Yeah. Just a shame your just a shame your sister was busy. That's all. Still having a good time in college? Why do you ask? She really alright? Eve says this with genuine worry in her voice. Elle's parents really do care about her, even if she doesn't think so sometimes. Elle's fine. Every day she's making pretty paintings and having fun with friends. And she's helped me a lot since I met her. Elle's always been fine. Now that I think about it, ever since we met, I've merely watched her as she lived her own life. Since getting together, has anything really changed? For all our intimacy, she still treats me the same way she always has, all while relentlessly pursuing her ambition. Nah, I can't think like that. I'm getting myself wound up. Parents are nice, aren't they? She gives an enthusiastic nod.
They think you're nice too. She can hang out with me.
Alright, that's her voice right there. Finally, I've come up with a voice for this little shit. At least they think I'm useful, I suppose. Oh! I just figured out where the I suppose thing came from. It's from fucking ReZero. Is it? It has to be from ReZero. Oh my god, I've had that on my mind for like 2 weeks now. So excited for season 3. I'm bursting at the seams. I never realized it before, but having a little sister is really fun. Not that I mind my own siblings, but 3 older brothers aren't quite the same company. Let's see some more of the town before we have to go back then, okay?
Yeah.
Finally back from our trip after a bus ride back. Eve bounced through the door as I dragged myself in and closed it behind us. I don't know how kids can have so much energy. Elle stands with a glass of water, looking nonplussed at our entrance, before noticing the new book held tightly under Eve's arm as she skips over to the living room sofa. Sorry, I had to burp.
Allison.
You didn't. I can spare that much money. It can be your Christmas present for me. You're enjoying having a little sis, aren't you?
She got me.
You got me. How's the painting going? Need to go down to the city soon for supplies and stuff. Know our supply stores around here want to come. So I'm along for the ride as usual. I feel bad for thinking bad thoughts about her, but I can't muster any real want to come along. I'd just be baggage while she did her thing. Sorry, still tired from yesterday. Suit yourself. I'll be back. I'll be straight back afterwards. We're having pizza for dinner tonight, by the way. Ah. Thumbs up. The two of us briefly wonder how to continue the conversation, but I can't think of anything to add. With that, she wanders back to her room to keep painting. I feel like I should have followed, at least to see how her painting's coming along, but my feel feet stuck. Left to mill about alone as Eve can be heard happily humming to herself from the sofa. I decide to turn around and head back out the door for some air. The warm afternoon air is starting to fade by now, causing me to push my hands into my pockets to try and save whatever warmth I can. At the rate the weather's going, it's sure going to be a cold Christmas. At least the snowmen are liking it, still standing tall as they guard Elle's house from the front yard. It's easy to lose sight of when inside, but our house sure is big. Even the yard is pretty spacious, but I suppose living so far from town would help that. I miss living out in the country, man. Fuck, I miss it. I remember one time, we had a. Okay, hold on. Let me read this because it's going black. A nice house, enough money to live alone on her parents' dime. Trips all the way to Germany. Elle really did get a good start in life compared to me. It annoys me that she doesn't seem to see that, especially when it's her parents paying for her apartment. True. Pinning alone in a room, hiking alone in the woods, living alone in an apartment too, big for one person. Is that really independence? Moving out away from her parents, but still relying on them for everything? Talk to them. Try as I might to get closer to Elle. I can't help but feel like I'm just hanging around her. When I'm looking at her back, is it just because she's always ahead of me? Why shouldn't she turn around to look at me? I wonder what I really am to Elle. The fact that I can't work out an answer makes me restless. As the lump starts to form in my throat, I quickly decide to wander back inside. All I'm doing is making myself feel worse by dwelling on all of this. I should make the most of my time here, given I only have a few days left. Crazy. Crazy that you think I give a shit. Back when I used to live in the country, we had there was like a little like pond, not a pond. It was like a little swampy thing. A little river divot that was like always filled with water. There we go, a divot with like a bunch of water. And like one time during the summer, my mom was out there and she's like, oh shit, there's a bunch of baby frogs here. So what we started doing is that we started catching them and then we put them in this jar. We put them in this jar. And then like 4 hours after we put them in the jar, they all died. And like as a kid, I was like, oh my god, why did they all die? Like, is it because we didn't give them any food? No, it's because we dead ass just suffocated them, bro. We closed the lid on the jar. So no air was getting in. No oxygen was getting into that bitch. So they were just straight up just suffocating in there. Like, I refuse to believe this because they died of starvation. They definitely died because they weren't getting air. What a beautiful memory. Where are we? The park makes for a peaceful sight as we enter. The three of us slipping between the low wooden barriers as we step from the rough concrete car park onto the snow-covered grass. A bundled up Eve clings tightly to Elle and I, with both of her little hands, each of us on either side of her. A bag full of old bread swings out away at Elle's other side, destined for the local wildlife. I'll feel like a killjoy to say bread isn't good for them. It isn't. With the two of us acting as babysitters, thanks to Elle's parents working, we decided it'd be better to head outside than let her vegetate on the couch watching cartoons all day. Tired from the walk, I take a seat on the swings facing the lake as Elle mothers around Eve. Tugging at the girl's scarf to pull it tight, Elle hands over the bag of bread for the ducks before ruffling her hair affectionately. I wonder if that's why Elle does that to me, now that I think of it. With her sister having finished her fussing, Eve turns and starts for the shore while Elle watches her intently. Be careful around the water, Eve. The ducks peacefully floating about the still lake start flapping about excitedly, quickly realizing that the girl waddling towards them comes bearing food. Satisfied that Eve isn't going to topple over in her rush and flop in, Elle wanders back towards me and seats herself on the other swing, all while keeping a keen eye out. It looks like nobody else is here at all. It is getting rather cold, but it's more likely people being busy with the holiday sales. I'd think the lake be frozen over given how still it is. Still it is, save for the birds floating about.
She's cute. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Fuck. While Ella smiles warmly at her sister, I struggle to do the same. I'll soon have to make the call for Rose to pick me up. After all, leaving behind this lovely town. Why the Elle, Eve, their parents. I'm not sure when I'll get to see them again. Eve clumsily crumbs the bread. I'm going to end it. In her gloved hands, chucking it out onto the lake with varying degrees of success. Half the crumbs end up dropping to the ground at her feet, but she doesn't seem to notice.
Is something up? You've been kind of quiet over the last couple of days. I really don't get how you're such an upbeat person in general, though.
Nor do I get how she's comfortable with being so alone, so apart. The more I'm around her, the more different I feel we are.
I just think it's better to see the best in people.
I have to admit, I wish I could be like that.
Why not try being more friendly in general? Every time I see you, you're closing yourself off to focus on painting or trekking out in the wilderness.
The more I get tied up with people, the harder it is to do what I want to do. You should know that better than most, with Caprice and all.
You shouldn't talk so badly about her all the time. She just wants everyone around her to enjoy themselves.
W couples quarrel. I'm a little taken back at how firm my tone is. I'm starting to get tired of how she's always so critical. No moist. I force myself to keep my eyes on Elle, despite her own surprise. Maybe it's for the best if I clear the air and talk about this directly. Oh, I thought that said our caucasity. Jesus Christ. Our concentration is broken by Eve giggling loudly in the distance. The birds enthusiastically crowding around in front of her, and occasionally flapping away at the water.
Come on, what's this about? I get the feeling something's on your mind.
Ooh.
It feels like we're hanging around each other, but not actually.
I pause for a moment to phrase my thoughts correctly, trying not to let emotions cloud my thinking. Elle thankfully patiently waits for me.
I guess it feels like I'm along for the ride. It doesn't feel like I'm really there with you.
Yo, what is this music? Left Behind.
What, here? We've been spending a lot of time together, and we've had some nice time to ourselves, right?
Is that all this is to you?
Yo, y'all hearing this? Oh, no. Oh. Y'all hearing that music? Golly! I'm such a sucker for OSTs, bro. Especially strings. As silence reigns, the fact that she even needs to think about this is a bit upsetting. I don't know how relationships are supposed to go, but it feels like we're both having very different ideas about it. Okay, wait, what the fuck did we say before?
Is that all this is to you?
Okay.
What am I supposed to say? Is there something more you want from me? I'm just not as clingy as you are.
Oh, so now I'm clingy. So now I'm
On
clingy.
your side. You would have gone off without me the other day if you felt like you could.
I'm sorry. I know this is an emotional moment. But
Yeah, but I was being considerate of your feelings. Is that a problem?
It just feels like you'd rather I wasn't there.
I like being with you, you know that. But I've been fine on my own all this time too. I don't need you to be there.
even though I always want to spend more time with her, she doesn't even care whether or not I'm there.
You have it so together. I've always admired that about you. Maybe you have it too together.
That genuinely just pissed me off. I'm sorry. I'm on the side of Elle. I'm on Elle's side. Nah, bitch. The fuck? Now, she could be putting in more effort into this relationship. I will say that. But, like, Bitch, as a certified loner boy myself, dog, I genuinely just like sticking to myself a lot of the fucking time. Don't get so mad at me. I hate how people be like, oh, because like I'm very reserved, I'm very quiet, like I usually just have shit going on, that I have everything together. I don't always have shit going on. First off, I'm actually like very much breaking apart. But you know what? This isn't a trauma dump. This isn't a trauma dump.
Before coming here,
But bitch, just
I
hop
didn't
off.
realize how good a life you left behind when you moved away. To drop everything here, including Eve, to pursue art at a community college?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That is kind of crazy. To pursue art at a community college, that is. You could have just done art on your free time, bitch. Instagram exists. I know you know that.
From the way you talked about your family, I thought they must be really hard on you. They just want what's best. I mean, the apartment you have seems like it wouldn't be cheap for them to cover, for one.
Because I don't hear that enough from them every time I'm around here.
It's dog. You live in a nice ass
Can
apartment.
we just drop this? I like being around you because you don't bring up that stuff.
Is that all you want from me? A quiet girlfriend who doesn't ask questions and leaves you alone?
Yes. Elle takes to her feet, her mood significantly souring, while I freeze up. I don't feel like shrinking from her for once.
Am I only here to distract you from your parents?
Am I only
You're the
pussy?
one who begged to come. I told you that you could come precisely because I didn't think you'd go sticking your nose into my life.
But I want to learn more about you. That's what having a relationship is.
That's up to me, not you.
Whoa. W toxicity. W toxicity.
Come in the first place.
She points in the general direction of her house.
I'm used to enduring their crap already. I didn't need you here to make things worse. I'm already hearing from them about how my girlfriend has a better life path than I do.
So that's my fault? I think I'm shaking. My eyes are stinging from salt waiting to flood out.
Maybe they have a point. Did you think any of this through beyond just escaping them? Is that all our relationship is, too?
I had my life on track before I even met you. Just because you and Caprice want to come along and try to push me around, it doesn't mean I'm going to derail myself.
Is that how she thinks of it? Didn't she agree to the art club? Didn't she agree to date me? Didn't she agree to love me? Toxicity. On God, this is a crazy relationship. I love this messy shit. I love this messy shit, bro. This shit is getting messy. Right, hearing the sounds of footsteps on the snow, the two of us turn in unison towards Eve, standing a few yards away with an empty bread bag held in her hands. Elle looks to me for a while, her face full of frustration. I don't think either of us really knows what we should say next, even without Eve being around. Settling herself with a long breath, Elle smiles as she turns back to Eve. I don't think I'll ever get used to how she shifts her entire demeanor like that.
Everything's fine. Don't worry. It's about time we headed back home.
But I want to keep feeding the dogs.
Bitch,
That's going to be hard without any more bread. Come on. It's about time we had some food ourselves.
all I'm gonna say, that was the perfect time to, like, you know, set up a murder, you know? Kill, listen, take your advice from me. You kill Allison, chop her up into bits, feed her to the ducks. FBI, I'm joking. Cops, police, I am joking. I am joking. Please, 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 please. She gives one final glance back before taking Eve's hand in her own and walking on ahead. I thought I was someone important to Elle, but I feel more like I'm just being used to make herself feel better while she lives for her work. I know I have my faults. I'm not good enough at art to share the hobby with her, and I was barely even able to help cook a simple dinner. I'm trying to get better though, and that's thanks in part to her. The image I had of her is starting to become difficult to see. Who was the Elle I admired? The beautiful girl in the beautiful apartment with the beautiful. I'm gonna fucking smack the shit out of you. Stop saying beauty. This Elle is someone that's so at odds with her family. She decided to only care about herself. As I watched her leave hand in hand with Eve, she looks even further away from me. Maybe she's only so far away because we aren't walking on the same path. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. The jingle of the old bell above the grocery store door rings out as we step into the street. There's a slight chill to the air, but that hasn't stopped a good few elderly people from hobbling around. Oh, fuck off. Aside from needing to tell Eve she couldn't have a sugary snack, or that as we walked around, shopping ended up being a quiet affair. Elle went through the shelves with her usual military efficiency as she ticked off her mental checklist. Yesterday's argument between us hasn't helped, but that's not the only reason for Elle's quietness. She might have not realized it herself, but it's small things like that which remind me of her solitary nature. That ability to tune others out so easily isn't something that comes naturally, at least to me. No, that shit is so easy to fucking do, dog. You have no idea.
Any loners in the chat? Anybody who's gonna die alone in the chat? I know I am.
For want of helping at least a little, I took one of the overstuffed bags as we ended up with to carry myself. Thanks for coming and helping carry all this.
Sure.
It's fine. I wanted to see a bit of the town anyway. Can we sit? Fuck! I already forgot how to do her voice.
Can we sit down? I'm tired.
It's not that far to the car.
Hey,
Wouldn't hurt to rest a bit, would it? There's a bench right up there. Taking Eve's side doesn't win me any favors, but Elle knows she's been overruled. As Eve jumps back onto the seat without further prompting needed, Elle and I carefully set our grocery bags on the ground and join her. Pardon. Her parents sure have chose a nice place to live. More a town than a city. The wooden buildings and stone retaining walls give a distinctly old-fashioned, natural look. Even the Christmas decorations are understated, amounting to the occasional sign behind a shop window. The odd person walks to and fro as we sit back, paying us little heed as they slowly go about their day. This should be the easiest occasion possible to make idle chatter with Elle. As time lingers on, though, the silence between us does also. Eve doesn't notice, of course. Her little legs swing up and down as she lazily watches the odd car goes past. Gotta stop adding adjectives for no reason. As she suddenly brightens up and points ahead, Elle and I follow her gaze. Inside the small ice cream parlor over the road, an old man in a pinstripe uniform turns up. Yep.
No. Come on, I mean,
You know what Mom said. You can't just have ice cream whenever you want. Besides, why would you want ice cream when it's already cold? Elle's answer doesn't exactly satisfy the young girl. After a moment's consideration, I take to my feet and start heading over. I was just feeling like getting some ice cream for myself. Might as well get her one while I'm already there, right? Ew, strawberry? You fucking loser.
sure
Ew.
thing.
Ew! Ew! Oh god! Ew! These are criminals right here. If it's not mint chocolate chip, I don't know what you're doing. With our sweets quickly devoured, we finish off the last of our cones. They sure served them large here, but Eve managed to finish off hers even quicker than I did. Maybe eating ice cream is just one of those skills kids are better at. Without needing to be asked, Elle pulls a tissue from a box in the bag and curtly wipes out Eve's mouth. I get the feeling she'd enjoy being a mother, given how she fusses about her little sister. As Elle looks to me, I notice that I'm smiling at her. My face collapses as she opens her mouth to speak, but visibly thinks better of it. As much as I want to make amends, I don't want to apologize if I'm not wrong. With neither of us willing to back down, yeah, they're both not in the wrong, nor wanting to fight with each other again, yesterday's argument looms over us as the elephant in the room. Focusing on my attention on a less stressful topic, my gaze falls to Eve, the two of us sharing a brief smile.
Guess that isn't long now, huh?
Eve and I just look to each other, but it becomes quickly apparent that the topic's reminded of Elle, of something I'd
You're
been
being extra
avoiding.
nice because you're going back, aren't you?
As Eve looks to and fro between Elle and I try my best to hide my disappointment in being found out. I was trying to think of a better way to break it before Elle handled it so bluntly. Couldn't last forever, but I wanted to keep enjoying these carefree days just a little while longer. Maybe it was selfish of me to not make myself clear, but
Wait, you're going? Well, I do have my own family I want to spend time with.
despite my best efforts to try and deliver the news as gently as possible, her bottom lip starts to quiver. Both of us panic a little as it becomes clear Eve's about to crack.
Eve?
Her composure collapses as she reaches over her face, weeping as she stuffs it into my stomach and grabs at my skirt.
I don't want you to go, Allison. Stay here. I want you to stay.
I'm so glad I lowered her voice lines. This has gone about as awfully as it could have done. Glaring at Elle in frustration, I seem to have made my feelings clear to her as she turns rather sheepish. As Eve cries into my stomach, I stroke her shuddering head reassuringly, speaking as calmly as I can.
Come on now. Do you want me to remember you crying? Or with a big smile?
Why she sound British there? My gentle suggestion seems to work as Eve pulls back and sniffs hard, her little cheeks still stained red. She doesn't manage to smile, but I'll take what I can.
There we go. That's more like the Eve I know. It's been so much fun playing with you. So, I wanted to thank you with a little something for being such a good girl.
Okay.
You're gonna come back, right? Don't worry. I'll come back. Maybe you could even come to Utah and see my home for yourself.
As she clumsily wipes her eyes, I give a big smile. Elle just scratches at the back of her head, trying not to make things worse. We might have our disagreements, but I think we can at least hold things together for Eve's sake.
I guess we can try to work something out.
Eve looks from Elle back to me, taking my hand in both of hers, with as much strength as her little hands can muster. I just smile as I bring my free hand over both of hers.
Promise.
At that, she gives that toothy grin that I like to see. Yeah, I like fuck. She really is a charming
Guess
little
that
girl.
settles things then. Now come on, you two. Let's get all this back to the car.
Oh, you see how her face changed? She's disappointed. I mean, she's sad. She's sad, bro. Was this tree always there? A quiet yawn fills the living room as I tiredly wander through, the others in the house being quiet as mice. I really should have just gone to bed early like the others, in hindsight. Restless from the thought of the trip back, I ended up sitting around and watching television long after Elle left for bed. Try as I might to find her to say goodnight before going to sleep though. She's nowhere to be seen. Running through the possibilities, I wander up to Eve's room, opening the door as gently as I possibly can. The sight inside makes me feel warm just by looking at them. Elle sleeps on her side, wrapped around the slumbering Eve, curled up in a ball on top of her bed. Eve must have wanted one last cuddle before tucking in for the night. W creep. I just smile as I silently look over them, slumbering peacefully together. Even as I look at them, I wonder if I belong in their world. We briefly pushed it from our minds, but I think both of us now know that the closer we've become, the further apart we've felt. With Elle's peaceful sleeping face lingering in my mind, I gently close the bedroom door and head slowly back down the stairs. It's going to be hard saying goodbye to Eve. It's been nice to have a little sister, and I think she's enjoying having two older sisters doting over her just as much. Then there's Elle. Okay. As I try to settle myself before going to bed, I hardly noticed my phone left on the couch. Taking it in hand to bring it with me, I pause. Elle left hers on the table some distance away, the moonlight glinting off its screen. My heart stings as I turn it on. Fuck off! As I turn my own on and unlock the display. Only the oppressive quiet is here to keep me company as I look down, a heavy weight weighing on me as I ponder. Elle always did enjoy playing with her new phone. In time, she'll hear what I was too cowardly to say. Thinking of the girl I admire so much, I make the call. That's crazy! It doesn't go answered. She never changed the default voicemail message, as the uncharacteristically cheerful tone asked me to leave a message. My voice barely a whisper for fear of waking them up.
When I said that we had a family with our little art club at college, I really did mean it. It might not be much, but it's ours. You were an important part of that.
I pause for a moment, my heart stinging as I think of her. Even if it hurts, I know it needs to be said.
Maybe it was naive of me to think that way. Maybe I've been having the wrong idea all this time. I think...
My throat tightens. I wipe my eyes on my sleeve.
I must have looked pretty stupid. I was so excited to be in love and to have a girlfriend that I pushed and pushed to get into your space. But you didn't let me. You didn't want me to. And even now, I can't even muster the courage to tell you this when you're awake. I don't know where things will go from here. I want you to be happy. But I don't know if I can be the person who does that for you.
No! No! We work so hard. Fuck. I had a shit ton of mucus in the back of my throat. In the end, the anger and frustration I felt at everything is nowhere to be found. There's just emptiness. I can at least yell and vent to let go of the former, but nothing can fill that hollow feeling.
Good night, Eileen.
With that, I end the call. Silence returns to the dark room once more. The snowfall is thankfully light as I walk through the city, bags in hands from the day's last minute shopping downtown. People calmly walk to and fro. I'm going to smack the fuck out of Jesus Christ. This is like the 10th time they said to and fro today. The occasional passerby of Elle's country home replaced by the crowds of downtown Utah. Briefly distracted by the huge Christmas tree, completed just in time for Christmas Eve, I think back to yesterday's events. When all's said and done, leaving Elle's family ended up being a calm affair. I gave her parents my thanks for taking care of me at such short notice, and both said they'd be more than happy to have me again. Eve had also reluctantly come to terms with my leaving by then. Then there was the matter of Elle. Our sullen farewell was short and sweet, but maybe that was because there wasn't much left to say. Thanks to my time in Colorado, a surprising amount of things I needed to buy before heading back to my family slipped my mind. At least, wandering around the city tonight's given me a chance to unwind and set my thoughts straight. Of course, my phone starts ringing as soon as I appreciate some time alone to think. Pulling it out from my pocket with my free hand, I'm surprised to see it's Dad.
Hi.
Hi, Allison. Not catching you at a bad time. No, it's fine. Sounds like you're busy. I can barely hear you. Just wandering about downtown to fill some time and do some errands. Still good to be picking up tomorrow, right? Or to be picked up tomorrow, right? Yeah, I'll be ready at the apartment with all my stuff. Sorry again about changing everyone's plans. I told you before, it's fine. Plans have already changed because of your finals. We'll pick you up tomorrow then. It'll be good to see everyone again. Is Mom doing okay? She's better, thankfully. Gave a bit of a shock when you said you weren't coming back for so long. We were all shocked. Seems like you were having a rough time away from home, so I never expected you to go out of state like that. So they could tell. I feel a little sheepish thinking back. So? Did you fuck? I feel a chill as the last few days rush through my head.
Yeah, I did it.
No. Once again, Dad can tell just from my voice. It's impossible for me to hide how I'm feeling. Something in me compels me to try anyway. What? I had fun. Well, when you're home, you'll tell us all about it, right? Of course. I'm looking forward to it. I am too. You know you could tell me anything.
Take care.
I know. Bye, Dad. Moi. With that, the call ends. I stare blankly at the screen of my phone. I'll be happy to see my family again, not to mention the warmth and liveliness of home. I have to take a deep breath, a lump in my throat forming from homesickness. I guess that feeling never goes away completely. With the phone already out, I take a moment to glance through the photos I've taken on it. A few from Colorado are most recent, which will be nice to show my parents. As I keep going back though, I stop at a photo just taken before I left for there. The screen shines brightly in the darkness of the night. The photo of everyone gathered in my apartment, celebrating the end of semester, making me mull over everything that's happened since I arrived here. It's only been a few months, but my time since starting college has been an adventure already. I've learned so much, found so many friends, discovered so many kinds of relationships. It's such a different way of life I lead now. Smiling faces all gathered for that one moment in time. It's all thanks to those around me, like them. The phone goes dark once more as I lock it. The precious memory slipped into my pocket once more. The only light to be seen now is that cast by the Christmas tree, occasionally broken by the passing crowds. A strange sense of calm falls over me as I stand in the falling snow, hands slipping into my pockets for warmth. I was alone and afraid. Oh, was that the answer to that? I thought. She seemed so cool and collected, managing her life by herself. That strength of will was what drew me to her, in hindsight. It was thanks to Elle, Caprice, and our little club that I was able to cope with being alone. The reason that I'm so at peace with myself isn't that I finally learned to live without others. It's because I know I have others to help. Maybe I was too clingy, as Elle said. I just wanted to know her more, even if she was brusque at the best of times. If she wants to retain her solitude so dearly, though, perhaps it's the best that things go like this. Swallowing the lump in my throat. I mean, yeah, to be fair, you kind of did just start, like, meddling with her family, like, a month into your relationship, you know? That's, like, some shit you'd probably do, like, a little bit later. But, you know, that's just me personally. You know what I mean? Yo, we're still in the honeymoon phase, gang. I begin to walk once more. It's then that my phone begins to buzz in my pocket. Did Dad forget to say something? Elle? Why is she calling me, now of all times? Now of all, shut up. Should I answer? My phone is shaking in my hand. I pick up the call, but I have no idea what to say.
Hello? Allison? Allison, where are you right now?
She doesn't allow me to so much as get a word out. Her voice breathless.
I'm back home in Utah.
No, I mean, I know. So am I. Can we meet somewhere? Where are you exactly?
I'm by the Christmas tree. In the city square.
Okay, stay where you are.
As the line goes dead, I'm left dumbfounded. Elle's coming here? I'm not gonna lie, she's better than me. I would have literally just straight up tell her a lie. Within moments, I hear a car door slam loudly. Surely she wasn't looking around for me. A familiar figure jogs up as quickly as she can. Her high boots, her long strides clinking loudly on concrete. As she slowly pulls up to the stop, our eyes finally meet, and so we stand in the city square next to the large shut up. Let me save. Between us, only the falling snow.
Eileen, why are you...
What? You didn't want to see me?
I almost respond, but sheer surprise stops me from finding the right words. I end up just hanging my head, not knowing how to respond to her snark in such a situation. With my bags weighing down my arms, I set them down. So I look back up. I see Elle's quip for what it was, a diversion to hide her feelings. She soon realizes I've caught on, her voice turning soft.
I found your voice message. I didn't want to leave things as they were.
My face flowers into a blush as I grimace from embarrassment. I knew she'd eventually hear it, but it's still embarrassing to think about it. As I think back to everything that happened, I feel a pang of regret. Once again, I feel myself shrinking away from her.
But... haven't I been a pain? Ever since we met, I've only caused you trouble.
Yeah, you sure have.
Ching ching ching. Ching 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 ching. Sorry.
Why do you do that? Your first response to everything is to try and brush things off with a quip against someone.
Only because everyone sticks their nose into my business.
Including me, I guess.
Whoa. I followed that up with a dry laugh. Yeah, Elle's expression doesn't change. I should have expected that, but I feel my chest tighten in response nevertheless.
I already had things figured out for myself.
Silence reigns. It feels as though we're just repeating the steps we took until now. Nothing's changed. I'm still me, and Elle is still Elle. For all I might want to get closer to her, she still keeps pushing me away. Back here to work things out. Yet, we're still stuck awkwardly trading looks. Yep. Hold on a second.
I didn't want to say it, but...
I steel my heart to try and force out the words, tightly holding my arm to try and steady myself.
I suppose this is all over, then?
Ah!
No!
Oh. Her shout startles me, the point where she recoils a little from my reaction. I guess we're both getting flustered.
I mean, that's not what I meant.
Reminding us that we're not alone. A small child goes running by her as her mother runs after her. The distraction gives Elle time to reason through all this, while I try my best to ignore the stinging of my heart. Everything is so confusing now.
Every day was the same. Living alone in my apartment and working away in that art room. I thought I was fine being alone until you came into my life and messed everything up. When I thought you might really be gone, I realized how lonely I was. I meant what I said earlier. I can forget all my worries around you. I don't have to work hard and worry about being my best. I don't have to prove anything. And I thought you'd understand. I didn't ever expect you to take my parents' side. I didn't think you'd try to tell me I'm making the wrong choices.
My heart's. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I was not paying attention to what the fuck you was saying. My heart sings. My heart sings. Is that how it looked to her? Like I betrayed her? How could I? How could I? I've always seen what her parents can't. She's serious about painting. There's one thing I know about her. It's that. Why would I want to ruin that world of hers that I found so fascinating?
I might realized you were right. For all I talked big about how you should try new things in college, I was the one pushing everyone away and trying to stay the same.
As I try to think of how to explain myself, I realize Elle's eyes have become moist. It's such a strange sight that I completely lose track of what I was going to say.
Eileen? I don't want to lose you, Allison. I want to try again.
Moments pass as I think over her words, trying to sift through my emotions. She looks so different now. Her proud stature is somehow smaller and more fragile. She's scared. Seeing her in this state puts me on the brink of tears as well. I know my answer already, given how seeing her like this affects me.
To be the person closest to you. Why would I want to ruin that world of yours when it's what brought us together? Let's try again, Eileen.
Ah! Oh my god! Oh my god! Without warning, she pulls me into an embrace, arms wrapped around tightly. To fuck off. I can't be bothered with reading properly. My brain short circuits as she begins to weep. I'm completely unable to handle the situation. I have no idea what to say as she clutches me tightly to her shuddering body. My own composure barely holding as my arms slowly raise and come around her back. I see now. Elle's finally cracked under the pressure. That wall she carefully built up over so many years finally crumbling down at once. I hold her tightly to me as she cries, trying my best to comfort her. She's here and in my arms. This vulnerable and honest girl is for only me to see. My own eyes only barely staying dry. This Elle is one I've never seen, but she's the Elle I've fallen for all over again. I can't read, bro. I'm so illiterate. I feel a lump in my throat as I stroke her hair, trying my best to soothe her.
I love you, Allison. I love you.
Holding her close as her words are muffled into my shoulder, I close my eyes and savor the feeling of her against me. Elle loves me. This feeling, this warmth throughout my entire body as I hear those words. I guess I really am in love with this hopeless girl.
And I love you. Let's do this together.
We're such different people with wildly different backgrounds and worlds of our own. As long as the two of us can at least let each other in, though, we can build a life together, side by side. We can start that here.
It's okay, Eileen. I'll come home.
Bro, you can't help but smile. You can't help but smile. Hey! I thought there was 3 hours to this shit. I mean, like 4 more hours to sit through. Finish the story for the first time, bitch. There's more? Hell nah. The fuck? That only was an hour? Wow, I could have actually finished it last time. James J. Ooh. Yo. That shit was fire. I can't lie. I can't lie. Shouts out James J though. Most importantly. Shouts out all them. But James J, you did it. You popped off with the fucking music, bro. Look at that fucking art. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Jesus. I'm surprised this game ended up taking this long. I thought it was only going to be like a 4 hour, not even a 4 hour game. I thought it was going to be like a quick 2 hour, get it done in one day type of game, or like 1 or 2 days. I did not expect it to be this long. But hey, man, this shit was worth playing. I'm not gonna lie. Now I know this game is a prequel to another game that this studio ended up releasing called Twofold. Hence why you see Twofold in the title screen a lot of the time. Let me know if y'all would like me to play that. Yippee. Yes, sir. Let me know if y'all would like me to play that. I'm not gonna play it now, but like whenever I get my money up, probably whenever I get enough money for it, because it's like $26, But damn, bro. Best believe sometime this week I'm definitely gonna sample the music from this game because these songs bangers, bro. These shits bangers. I could definitely make some nice ass beats with these songs. Shouts out Bell House Studio, bro. Shouts out. This shit was fire though. The fact that this is free too is fucking crazy. Or the fact that I got this for free. I don't know if it's still free now. Man, just listen to that music, bro. But yeah. Let me know if you want to see me play Twofold. I'm more than happy to play it. Not now, but like, you know, whenever the fuck whenever like I said. And I know these two little characters show up in that shit too. So you know what I mean? But yeah. Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Oh, this is so exciting, Haley.
There's more.
Uh-huh.
It's a long time coming, too. Do you know if Millie knows yet?
I haven't talked to her since this morning.
Ooh, I can't wait to see her reaction. I'm gonna say something as soon as she gets home.
She reminds me.
Don't you think maybe she should hear it from them?
Aw, but I really want to tell her.
The voice actor for this reminds me of fucking some anime character that I know. GTA series return. Do you want GTA? Dog, I think I uninstalled that game.
But, you know.
Millie!
Hello. Got some stuff.
We'll see about GTA.
Welcome back. Took a while.
I need a video for next month anyway, so it might be that.
There's so many people out there today.
Guess it's the post-holiday rush.
That's not...
Millie, have you heard the news?
I was at my dad's shop half the day.
And?
And what?
Car trouble again?
Unfortunately.
Maybe it's time for a new one.
That's what Dad said too. He even offered to help pay for it.
You don't sound too thrilled.
But what would you do with this one? Trash it?
Well, sell it, probably.
If it still functions.
I don't want to, though.
Yeah, you can't!
Why not?
I'd rather not accept something like that from him. He's already given me so much.
Tristan wants to play with us. That's why I suggested it. Oh, say no more. Bet.
And you can't just abandon it!
Sure you can. Just leave it on the side of the road.
That car
Might
is
as
like
well.
family.
As I said,
I haven't
if
played
was up
GTA
there,
in
then
so
I'd at
long.
least try to sell it.
I also just remembered I reset my all my online progress.
Hold on. Let's go back to what Capri said.
Yeah! Listen, you've had that car since high school. Think of all the places it's taken us.
We have spent quite a bit of time in that car. And besides,
It's like family?
Dad and I worked on it together a lot. I'm kind of attached to the little thing.
Exactly!
I know the feeling, but you can't hold on to everything forever.
I know.
I guess.
While we're on the topic, maybe some other people here should think about getting their licenses.
I'm a supporter of public transit, actually.
Yes, that! Me too!
Oh, really? Then you won't mind taking the tram from now on?
We like riding in your car, though.
It's fun going together.
So much
I'm-
for that. At least consider
Please.
it. It'd be good for the both of you.
Please.
Especially you, Caprice. I know you're getting your new club members to drive you around places now.
Hey! They want to go just as much as me!
Oh, really? Did they say that?
or less. Plus, I've helped them out too, you know. Thanks to me, love is blooming in the art room.
How much of that was you?
50. No, at least 60%.
Really? Only 60?
Please, just promise me. As much as I love you two, I won't always be there for you to rely on.
You're not going anywhere, are you?
Don't worry. We promise. Right, Caprice?
Yes, ma'am.
I forgot you reset your stuff. Yeah.
Thank you. I won't be going anywhere anytime soon.
I'm also
After all,
like
I suppose you'll still
poor
be
in
needing
that
rides
fucking
to
game
class
now.
this semester.
It's almost here. I'm getting excited.
I'm not really.
I've got a full slate of classes. Plus, there's a club to run.
I'm gonna recruit so many more members. At least double the size.
I don't even want to think about it right now. Are you too hungry?
Starving.
You gonna cook, Millie?
Oh. Ugh.
Not it.
What about the food you just bought?
Today was exhausting. How about you, Haley?
Let's just order something.
Why don't we go out somewhere? Take the car together?
Weren't you just saying there's a lot of people out?
Yes, but it's nice out too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
So,
getting
about that
tired.
news-
Please.
Let's talk about it over dinner.
Oh my god.
Okay, you drive. I call shotgun.
I'm the only one who can drive.
And we're very appreciative.
I'm looking forward to removing my tire chains. It's a little warmer today, so the snow is starting to let up.
Finally.
It's about time.
Tire chains? Shout out these people, shout out these people, shout out these people. Tire chains? Dog, do you not have winter tires? What? Bitch. Oh my god, look! Oh, that's fire, that's fire, that's fire, that's fire, that's fire, that's fire, bro. Oh, that's fire, that's fire, that's fire. I am not looking through the extras. Hey, bro. Alright, we're fucking done. Thank God. Holy. I'll probably stream me making beats with the from like the OST, if I can find the OST. Because yeah, I like a lot of the music from this game. A lot of the music is really good. But shrimp,